I'm Erin, I'm from Australian Musician Network.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you guys. So we're here with John and Peter from Evermore.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're rocking it out at Rudy Hill RSL tonight.
It's a place to be.
It's 25th of May.
Place to be when you're in Rudy Hill,
It is.
It's the Vegas of the West, apparently.
Vegas of the West.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
level
I've
and
heard.
things of place to be.
So how does it feel to be in Rudy Hill?
It's good.
Good.
Yeah,
About-
you enjoying yourselves?
About 22 shows into a 30-show tour.
Yeah.
So on the home stretch, and thoroughly, it's cool once you get this part of the tour. Everything's very smooth.
Yeah.
Like the whole show, it's just
It's true.
solid.
Been there,
Solid.
done that.
Yeah.
We're cruising along.
Yeah,
You know,
momentum's up.
Yo, have you played many shows in Sydney before this
Yeah.
tour, or?
Well, no, yeah, there's about 5 shows in Sydney to the
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
and but we used to live in Sydney up until
5
about
years
5
ago?
years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 5 years been in Melbourne.
Melbourne, okay. So how are you finding Melbourne?
It's great. We've been building our recording studio just
Okay.
outside of Melbourne.
Yeah.
The last 5 years building that.
Is that a side project you guys are?
Well, I don't know. If it's, I guess
Sort of.
Well, a
it's sort of
hobby or
No.
it's part of the whole thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like we make our own albums there, and we've
So
made
you're
some. other
producing
people's.
yourselves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're also John produced Amy Meredith's album there, and quite a lot of artists have been recorded in the
Okay.
studio. It's called the Stables.
The
It's an
stables.
old 10-horse stables that we've turned into recording studio accommodation.
Wow.
So bands come and stay, and there's a fire pit and a big dam.
So you've got the whole rustic feel
Yeah,
to it going
yeah.
on, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very peaceful.
Oh,
Not
that's
too
really
rustic though. We don't actually have the horses living there anymore, so we decided to move them
Yeah.
out, make way for the bands.
Obviously, you got
True.
some power going on though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And so this is the Hero Tour.
Yeah.
Who's your hero?
Who's my hero? I think you're my hero, Pete.
Oh, thanks, John.
Oh.
You're my hero.
Dedicate
Yeah,
that one.
no, actually, my hero right now is Adam Martin, who was doing the tour, and
Yeah.
actually, he had a bit of a medical incident. He's been in hospital for the last few days, and he's doing really good though. He's it's quite serious,
Yeah.
but he's recovering well, and I've actually been recording, like writing and producing his album with him, so he's a good friend, and he was doing such a great job on the tour, and it's a shame he can't finish it, but we'll have to play some shows with him next summer.
Yeah, definitely support that. So, I mean, besides you mentioned Amy Meredith, is there anyone else that you guys are excited about or producing, that Aussie or New Zealand bands that we should
We just
be-
discovered that Shannon Knoll lives like 1 kilometre from our house,
Oh, really?
from our studio, so we had him over the other day, and who else have we got coming
Well,
out?
we've got New Empire supporting us on this show.
Yeah,
They're a
just
really
that-
great
yeah,
band.
yeah.
I think they're going to be working on a new album soon.
Yep.
We like those guys. We've actually had some good support acts on this tour. Just
Yeah.
discovering new acts. Trying to because there's so many shows, pick local acts in different cities that we've, like their music and have a listen to their SoundCloud. And,
Yeah.
and there's been some really great ones.
Yeah.
Starlight Theatre, which
Yeah.
are up in Queensland, they were fantastic.
So yeah, I have noticed you guys are pretty big into the social media
Good.
aspect of everything. I love what you guys have done with Hey My Love. It's a first, isn't it? Have you?
I think that's
What
the first
kind
one
of-
that we know about.
Yeah,
of
what
using
kind of-
Instagram to make a film clip. It worked really good, and Pete actually directed the video and chose collected all the photographs together and then arranged them based on he actually on the first version he was that we made he was fitting specific lyrics around a specific shot, but then by the end he's made 5 versions, and so he's just chuck them in there.
Well, I kind of like the idea of an evolving clip as well in multiple versions. That really fits within
It's personal too.
social media now.
Yeah.
Before, there used to be such a narrow conduit for putting music and videos out there.
Yeah.
That it had to be a big push for one video to go to TV and stuff like that. And now you can put out lots of different versions, and that's sort of interesting.
And I mean exactly what you guys have done, and I mean I guess your fans are getting some more excited,
Yeah.
seeing their photos and getting that little
Yeah.
bit more
Yeah.
personal with them as well.
Definitely.
And it'll be their little bit of fame, I guess.
Yeah, no,
if you
people
wanna
are really
call it that.
excited, and we did a vision for Mother's Day actually, which was really
That was cool.
Wow.
with the Today Show, and
Yeah.
Are you
You know,
ready?
there was like people saying, "Oh, that's my mum. She like passed away a year ago or
Yeah,
something." It was
cool.
like it's really moving, like
That's-
watching it and just seeing all these
Yeah.
people's mums, and I really liked it. It was different, but
What inspired you guys to start, I guess, pick up an instrument? When did you start making
You're the
music?
first to do it, right?
yeah. Well, I found a guitar laying around the house when I was about 13 or so,
Yeah.
and just picked it up one day. Didn't have anything to do, and enjoyed just trying to play stuff on it. And then before I knew it, I was hooked. You know, just
Yeah.
writing songs and seeing what creatively I could do with it, and kind of just went from there.
So did you ever have like a tutor or just sort of?
Not really. We did I think when we were like little kids, we did a little bit of piano lessons, but then we were like, it was kind of like a bit like schoolwork, something like.
Yeah.
I guess we have to do that now. But like at some point, the creativity of music, I think, hooked me in and hooked other guys in.
Yeah.
We like
Inspiration.
started on this journey that we're sort of still on, really. So
We started making music when we were really young.
Yeah.
Darren got a drum kit when he was probably about 10 or 11, and that's when this thing started. We
Yeah.
started playing together.
And what about you, Pete?
And it started around the same time. I was playing piano,
Yeah.
and I had an upright piano, so I took all the faces off.
and if
the
he
camera really
if he
hard.
played hard enough, you could almost hear it above the drums.
And
so
the
that's
electric
how
guitar.
Pete still plays keyboard like insanely.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah, so I
still
think he
play it
picked
like
up
that.
he picked up some intense kind of
Yeah.
stuff from trying to be hit on the drum
Beat
kit.
movements.
Yeah, and then and we just used to jam. We took over the living room
Yeah.
of our house, and that became the music room. And we did a high school band competition, and did all right in that, and
The
got
like,
really.
Battle of the Bands.
Yeah,
or,
so it was
yeah.
in New Zealand, that sort of thing. And then next year there was a big national one. We won that in 2000. It was like 600 bands, bit of TV play, and out of that we got to tour with Jimmy Barnes around the
Wow.
country. And I was about 15. You were about 17.
It's an honour as
And,
a young group as well.
So we kind of got into it very, very young,
Yeah.
and had to sort of play catch up. But by that point, John had already set up quite a good little home studio
Okay.
and was recording stuff.
I don't think it was good.
It was good. What you pulled out of that was
It
good.
sounded alright,
It
but
sounded
was,
good.
It wasn't good to look
It was
at.
So-
good for the day.
Johnny, you sound like you're into engineering side of music and production.
Yeah.
Is that something you're wanting to create in the future? Keep
Yeah.
doing more albums.
Yeah, I think so. I enjoy it. And I like the whole process from beginning to end, I guess.
It's not a quality you see very often in the industry these days.
I think you kind of have to a little bit.
I think it's become
now.
more so. Yeah.
Like, I
Really?
think
Yeah.
Okay.
there's relatively, I guess as maybe the music industry is less funded by album sales and all that, there's less professionals in terms of record companies, and there's less there, so that musicians have to be more responsible for, I think, more than they used to.
Okay. Right.
Before they could just be this crazy creative type, and
Yeah.
everyone would make it all work for them. But I don't think it's like that anymore. It's like you've kind of got to be pretty focused and determined and have a clear idea of what you want to achieve.
We're pretty streamlined these days.
Either that or like just happen to win something on a TV show or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty much about
Reality,
you
yeah.
have to be really, if you're doing it outside of that whole TV show type thing, I think you have to be really focused and really have a clear.
But even still breaking into the Australian music industry, it just seems like a bit of a mission for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, there's not as much of an industry as it used to be. I think,
okay.
in general sense, but
Yeah.
But,
definitely would be a bit harder.
there's
these
lots of
days.
cool things like social media and stuff that makes it easier to get out there.
Yeah.
But then it's just making something that people care about and love, that they want to tell their friends about.
Oh, it takes passion
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
You need to
So-
see that passion. And
So yeah, I think it comes down to that.
okay, cool. You could support anybody dead or alive. Who would it be?
Ooh.
I reckon actually I was listening to Stevie Wonder the other day. I reckon
Yeah.
if Stevie Wonder in
Yeah.
his peak of the 70s, of his
Yeah.
creative peak, I would love to play with him or be musically involved in what he was doing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And he used to play like all the drums, which is pretty amazing for a blind guy.
Oh, yeah,
It's like
definitely.
you'd have to get the position just right. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, and yeah.
You know,
just-
like that's crazy.
He's
But
amazing.
just incredible songwriter, singer, everything, producer.
Yeah. I wouldn't have minded just to be doing like Pink Floyd The Wall in its original phase.
Legendary, yeah.
But I'd kind of just want to mess around with all their toys.
Yes.
That would be fun.
True, yeah.
It'd be fun. I don't know if Roger would have probably kicked me out. He'd be like, if you took
He doesn't
over,
seem like the happiest chap.
No.
Oh, no, those boys
I
are.
doubt they'd even
Songs.
have a support act back in the day. Their show would have been just as monstrous.
Well, if you could headline for any.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah. We could have the Beatles as warm-up act, and then
Oh, wow.
It feels like a
Pink
dream
Floyd would be our
sequence.
roadies.
Yeah. Sound
Yeah.
crew.
It's funny, you do wonder, like,
Bono would just come out and hand me a towel between
Yeah.
songs.
to love so much music that you've never
Sorry, this is-
seen.
Saving
We're
the world
joking.
at the same time.
Go with that. Go with that.
It's funny when I think about that.
It's funny. I've just got this picture.
You know what is funny is like Jimi Hendrix and Pete Townshend and stuff. They didn't have guitar picks back in the day.
No, so
they
they
go on
walk on
stage.
you just start tuning.
The tune up.
Yeah.
And then
5 minutes later, oh yeah, we'll start playing. Finish the song, tune up again.
Is this an Australian-wide tour?
Yes.
very Australian wide.
So before that, we were in WA and then Northern Queensland. And
Wow.
Everywhere.
So
Victoria.
it seems like you're doing quite regional shows
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty, there's not really 30 big cities in Australia, so you always end up playing like small towns and stuff, so it's good. And,
I find that really fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to get out there and see the whole country.
It is good.
You know.
So tell me, you're interesting. Tell me about your bus accident or bombing in Jerusalem.
Oh, wow. Well, there's,
Yeah, you sound like we did it or something.
No. What happened?
Oh,
Like,
right.
yeah.
No, we went to Jerusalem and we were writing songs for this album.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we brought around the world together and went to a whole lot of amazing places, and they just happened to have a bombing like the day before we arrived, and like it's amazing, we're so used to it, they'd cleaned it all up and no one looked like nothing
Yeah.
happened.
So we were staying right near it, and there was a bit of a worry about people going, you maybe should go.
But they had bombing in Belfast before we went there as well.
Oh yeah, the bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, the bomb.
And we were going to, on the same trip, we were going to go to Tokyo and they
I mean,
had the
it's freaking-
tsunami and the
nuclear stuff.
nuclear thing.
Wow.
Hey guys, we're Evermore.
And we're hanging with Aaron from the Australian Musician Network. We'll see you soon.
Check it out.